Take something out of you for the future?
Well, you know, Steve, depending on how a fighter comes out of it, both physically and mentally, can make the decision. Physically, sometimes those wars will take something out of you, and you won't have what you once had, and you just can't bring it back to the ring. You cannot summon it up. Also, mentally, sometimes the depression sets in. After my 2 wars with Prince Charles Williams, I was in a funk for a while, and I couldn't get out of it, and eventually I snapped out of it, went on to win 2 world titles, and got better and learned from it. If this guy didn't learn from it, he could have problems.
All right, let's check the numbers. Go to the tail of the tape. At 30, Alvarez, 6 years older than Mendoza. Slight 1-inch height advantage for Alvarez. The reach all even. Both made the 108 limit. Fight time weights. Alvarez 115, a +7. Mendoza 112, a +4.5. And the key rules for this WBA title fight: no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Accidental headbutt before the end of the 4th. It's a no contest. After the end of the 4th, they go to the scorecards. So here at the Grand Ballroom, Las Vegas, getting ready for the WBA Light Flyweight Championship, Rosendo Alvarez versus Beibis Mendoza. Let's get the formal introductions from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and welcome to the beautiful Paris Las Vegas Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, as we have a big night of action in store for you, and it's all brought to you by Don King Productions in association with Showtime Championship Boxing, Paris, Las Vegas, and Budweiser, the undisputed king of beers. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the World Boxing Association, the president Gilberto Mendoza, supervisor Manuel Landero, along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Elias Ghanem. Introducing our officials as appointed: physicians at ringside, Dr. James Game, Dr. William Berliner, Dr. Margaret Goodman, and Dr. Gino Signorino. Timekeepers at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns, James Cavan and Mike Lasella. Introducing to you our judges scoring this bout from ringside. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Patricia Jarman Manning. From Montevideo, Uruguay, Jose Laurino. And from Las Vegas, we have Jerry Roth. Our referee in charge of this bout, he is working in this his 71st world title bout, introducing Mitch Halpern. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBA Light Flyweight World Championship. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing yellow trunks with blue and red trim, fighting out of and representing Cartagena, Colombia. He weighed in at a ready 107 1/2 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with 26 wins, no losses, 23 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the WBA number 8 ranked light flyweight contender, introducing the hard-hitting and undefeated Beibis Mendoza. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, this 12-round vacant championship bout. He is wearing blue trunks with white trim, fighting out of Managua, Nicaragua. He weighed in at the light flyweight limit of 108 pounds even. His outstanding record stands at 27 wins, only 1 defeat, 1 draw, with 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the former WBA 105-pound champion and the current WBA number 1 ranked light flyweight in the world, introducing Rosendo, El Buffalo Alvarez. Once again, Mitch Halpern is our referee in charge, now to give instructions.
All right, gentlemen, this will be clean. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Both sets of trunks are high. I'm going to call right here. Okay. I want you to obey me at all times, okay? Touch gloves. Let's go. Good luck.
Rosendo Alvarez knocked down in his last fight by a Mexican named Tomas Rojas. Alvarez came back to win by decision. Overall, very busy, well-schooled, hard-punching, aggressive boxer, good counter-puncher off the jab. Mendoza, not a fast starter, but once he gets going, he punches well. 8 straight knockouts, 14 of his last 15. Colombian boxers known to be quick and talented with good boxing technique. Mendoza in the yellow trunks, hoping to be the second Colombian to win a 108-pound title. The first, Mauricio Pastrana, who beat Michael Carbajal in 1997. Alvarez, one of those guys, Bobby, who usually gives the fans their money's worth.
You know, he's a guy that likes to fight. He comes at you. He's got a good chin. We saw him with Lopez. Floored him with that big overhand right. Good chin, good power, good endurance. He brings a lot to the table.
And he's hungry for another world title. While he feels well prepared, in excellent shape, he told us he was training for a southpaw. Found out about Mendoza just last Friday. Hasn't seen Mendoza fight, but feels that the two wars with Lopez have given him the experience and confidence to handle just about any situation.
I think after you fight Ricardo Lopez twice, and as close as both of those fights were, you should feel pretty comfortable taking on any fighter.
And he told us you'll see the same Alvarez tonight as with Lopez. Mendoza, highly motivated. He wants Ricardo Lopez, but he knows he has to get past Alvarez first. His cornerman, Nelson Fernandez, told us, and it's tough to verify, as we mentioned, that Mendoza's knocked two of his last three opponents clear out of the ring.
Well, you can see he has heavy hands. Even with his jab, he sticks it out there, and he means to hurt you with it. Throws pretty good combinations, real crisp. We'll see.
Got a lot of power. His KO punch is the left hook.
Keep it up in there. I want it up. I want it up.
Alvarez, though, with tremendous power as well and a terrific chin. You think Mendoza has the power to knock Alvarez out?
You know, I watched Ricardo Lopez, who's one of the premier fighters in the business, not just boxing, but punching-wise. Hit him all night twice. Never got him off his feet. The fact that he's been off his feet shocked me a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be too easy to keep him there.
The book on Mendoza in the yellow. Good technician.
Warn you, I want it up. That was on the leg. Go.
Little caution there for a low blow by Alvarez.
That was his second caution, and Mitch Halpern will not stand for it.
Mitch Halpern, tremendous ref who officiated the Tyson Holyfield 1 epic.
Stay back there. Stay back.
Mills Lane, of course, working the ear-biting incident. We asked Mendoza what he learned from watching Alvarez fight Lopez. He said he learned he has the qualities and tools to beat Alvarez.
Second warning. Next one, taking a point.
Another warning
okay?
to Alvarez. He said, next time I'll take a point.
I'll tell you what, I thought that one was borderline. I thought that one was on the belt line.
Mendoza feels Alvarez is there for the taking. He's susceptible to his favorite punch, which is the left hook. And there it was. And a right uppercut to the stomach by Mendoza. He does hit hard. Some good exchanges here in the opening round, scheduled for 12.
Keep it up, right?
Come on, go in, Freddie. Go in. You go in, Freddie.
We're going to take a look at the warnings of where the punches are landing. That one was clearly low. Now we're going to take a look at another warning. That one, as Mitch Halpern said, was on the leg. And the last one, that one did look low too. I thought it caught the belt line, but that was low. Alvarez is going to have to keep him up because the point's coming away immediately.
¿Okay? Mueve la cabeza, mueve la cabeza. Cintura como has hecho todo el tiempo. Si tú eres mucho más vivo que él. Un pie enfrente del otro.
Freddie Roach in the corner of Rosendo Alvarez. Boy, nearly early of round one was fought in the center of this 20 by 20 foot ring. Big ring for these little men. Let's see if Alvarez takes it up a notch now.
Well, I'll tell you, in the first round, he came out a little slow. Just now, he came out through some serious punches. He means pick up the pace.
The other day, you asked him what he felt his best weapon was. He said, I have several weapons. And I think we're seeing them here in round two. Lefts and rights. Oh, there goes the mouthpiece.
Mendoza lost his mouthpiece from the overhand right. One of the punches he said he had to stay away from.
Alvarez teeing off. Mitch Halpern stopping the action, surprisingly, while it was still going on.
Give me your mouthpiece. See your mouthpiece. Come on.
Usually, don't they wait for a low, and then they get the mouthpiece? But so, yeah.
Normally, they're supposed to wait for a low in action. I believe that's even the phrase they use, a low in the action.
So this is a big break for Mendoza.
Come here.
That's 1 point.
That's
here.
what I thought. That's what I thought it was.
Here. 1 point here.
Took the point away.
I warned you 3 times. I won it up. You hear me? Okay, go.
The obvious admonishment from Mitch Halpern to Rosendo Alvarez, who's having a huge start to this second round, although he loses a point for the low blows.
Well, in all fairness to Mitch Halpern, that's why I thought he separated him, because there were 2 low blows in that sequence. And if that's the case, it's the right time to also put the mouthpiece in.
I'd love to ask him, but they don't let you talk to the refs here. Less than 2 minutes remaining in round 2.
Keep it up. Let's go.
Alvarez again with a low blow. But he keeps pressing on and scoring effectively to the head and body of Beibis Mendoza. But Mendoza, very, very little known, is game.
Right now you see a little less offense being offered up from Mendoza. Some of those punches tell him there's a beautiful overhand right by Mendoza.
Alvarez has knockout power in both hands. He says he just plays it by ear, though. But boy, he has an impressive overhand right. But Mendoza is feeling the power of Alvarez, who just missed with that overhand right. Mendoza winging left hooks off the head. There's another left hook off the neck of Alvarez. Good action here in the first 2 rounds. But Alvarez has lost a point for fouling, low blow.
Let him up, don't put.
That is not a knockdown.
He just took a knee after being pushed on the back of the neck.
Mendoza with some good defense, blocking punches with his forearm and then countering. There's the jab by Mendoza. Let's see if he follows it up with the right hand.
Break, step back, easy, step back.
Alvarez is not working in enough behind his own jab. Mendoza's catching him on the way in. He's throwing 1 or 2 big punches, not looking for combinations. He needs power combinations.
And we head for the bell.
Keep him up. Watch the head, straight, step back. Time.
Una lección, baby. Estamos 3 puntos arriba. Mira, vamos, ya te saco. Mira.
Watch the mouthpiece come out as a nice right hand, and it just comes right out. Beautiful overhand right over the jab. There you see it. Mouthpiece coming out. Let's take another look at it from a little different angle. First right hand lands not as clean. Second right hand right over the top of that jab. The mouthpiece comes flying out. Here's the slip or the push down here. He's just pushing on the back of his neck, and basically he just takes a knee. Basically Mendoza just takes the knee.
Mendoza has been under a lot of pressure here from Alvarez over the first 2 rounds.
Watch your head, Jim. Watch your head. Come on.
He just banged heads pretty good.
Alvarez 27-1-1 with 17 knockouts. The lone defeat, a split decision to Ricardo Lopez. He's ranked #1 by the WBA. Beibis Mendoza undefeated, 26-0. Nice left hook by Alvarez to the head.
Oh, that's you. I want it up now. Come on.
Now it's Mendoza with the low blow.
Break, step back.
You almost can't blame him.
Don't push.
Mendoza, 23 of his 26 wins by knockout. There's a left-right combination to the head by Mendoza.
Okay, slowed down for just a little bit, but these guys are lightweights. They throw a lot of punches, can heat up very quickly.
They've gotten their weight up just a tad here. Alvarez actually a junior bantamweight.
Let go.
At fight time at 115. Mendoza at the flyweight at 112. Uh-oh. Mitch Halpern didn't like that.
In that corner. Come here. That's a point right here.
Another point taken away.
It's a point.
Alvarez. He's now.
Next time I got to run you, okay, guys. Look at me. Up. Keep it up. You okay?
He's going to have to disqualify him.
He's on the cup. Let's go.
If he continues to do it.
Go.
I think that might be discretionary, that he can take 1 more point, but after a third one, I'm pretty sure he has to disqualify.
Let go. Right. Step back.
And he's got to be careful not to offer up rabbit punches as well. He just got away with one. Alvarez in the blue. Combination to the head by Alvarez.
Mendoza has been hit with a few decent shots by Alvarez. Not his best stuff. Showing a good chin.
And a good jab and a right hand by Mendoza. He's starting to come on more now.
Let go, let go, let go, let go. Back.
I'm not sure why Alvarez has to resort to these kind of roughhouse tactics.
I'm not sure he's doing the low blows on purpose. He's just trying to work the body, and he's just gauging himself poorly. I really don't think that there's any intentional foul play.
Well, whether it is or it isn't, he's losing points as a result.
Hold on, watch your heads, both of you. Watch your heads, watch them.
Look at these left hands by Rosendo Alvarez, about 4 unanswered punches.
Yeah, quadruple left hook, head, body, back and forth.
Mendoza with the left jab, but again holding off on unleashing the right. Stiff, straight right hand. And there's a good left by Alvarez.
That was Alvarez's best left hook to date. He really threw a nice shot in there, and Mendoza is showing no ill effects from it.
Mendoza eating a lot of leather, and a lot of his punches are being blocked by the gloves of Alvarez. He landed with the left, missed badly with the right, Mendoza. He's got a snappy jab, Mendoza, but it's one and done.
Easy, 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 easy. Don't push. Break, get back. Gotta keep it up now, keep it up, okay?
Respirando, profundo, profundo, Rosendo.
The instructions were up, and we're ready for round 4.
Step back, easy, easy, easy.
One of your keys to victory, I noticed, was watch for Alvarez's big overhand right. Well, that is certainly a key punch of his. He's been more effective with his left hook, I believe.
Yeah, the right hand got the mouthpiece out and wobbled Mendoza just a little bit early in that second round, but left hook 2, 3 in a row was being very effective.
That's you. That's your second warning. Run it up. You okay?
Now Mendoza being cautioned by Mitch Halpern. A low blow festival.
Can you disqualify 2 fighters at once?
Who are we left with? Mitch Halpern.
Let go, let go, let go.
Alvarez picking up most of Mendoza's punches with his gloves. He's been effective with his punches, the legal and the illegal ones.
Very impressed with the combinations thrown by Mendoza. He throws them hard, he throws them very clean.
Break, step back, step back.
Good boxer puncher.
Don't push.
Just 25 out of Arboletes, Colombia. He's been down 2 times in his career. His first pro fight in '96 and his 3rd fight came back to KO.
Keep it up, keep it up. Break, step back, keep it up.
But he's only ranked number 15 by the WBA, yet somehow he manages to get himself a title fight, even though it's for a vacant title.
Well, I'll tell you right now, his ranking's going to come up with the performance. If he keeps this up and the fight ends in a decision, win or lose, his ratings will go up.
First title shot, obviously, Alvarez 5-1-1 in title fights. A loss and a draw to Ricardo Lopez. He was stripped of his WBA 105-pound belt after 5 defenses when he failed to make weight before his second fight with Lopez. That was a split decision loss. Good straight left hand right on the nose by Alvarez. Follows it up with a right hand, but it's off the shoulder.
Great. Step back, step back, step back, step back, step back.
Looks like Mendoza's beginning to get a bit worn out by all of these punches.
Watch the heads, come on.
And it's understandable.
Mendoza just pointed to his hip too, because Alvarez hit with a nice right hand on the hip bone. Like that, again. And I'll tell you what, they hurt.
Let go.
Right on cue, Alvarez does it again. And he knows those hurt, that's why he did it again.
Yeah, and I do believe that Alvarez pointed it out to him. Mendoza pointed out to him by pointing to his hip. I'm not sure that the hip bone's illegal.
Let go, come on.
Alvarez not exactly Mr. Clean, but he'll try almost anything.
He's a guy that just likes to fight and let the chips fall where they may. Alvarez's
corner has been telling him to forget about the body and go to the head instead. There's a straight right on the nose of Mendoza. Mendoza lapel.
There's a low blow coming from the other side. Right uppercut south of the border by Mendoza. And he's received his last warning now. Points will start to be deducted from the other side. There's the right hand on the hip bone. Right on the hip. That was actually toward the back.
No.
But Mendoza didn't like it and pointed it out to Alvarez. And on that bone, it can hurt. It really can hurt.
Time. Go in that corner. Go in that corner. Go in that corner. Come here. Come here. Wipe this stuff. Pat it down a little bit. Come on, hurry. Let's go.
Too much gook on the face of Mendoza.
Let me see his forehead. Forehead. Let me look. Let me look. Okay. Go. Go.
They had to wipe off some of that Vaseline. Round 5 scheduled for 12 for the WBA 108-pound or light flyweight championship.
There's that lead overhand right by Alvarez. That's the one that he rocked Lopez and dropped him with. Again, landing it.
Alvarez has such great moves in the ring. Head fake, shoulder feints, setting punches up.
Keep it up.
Again, there's that jab.
Mendoza needs to work that jab more often, come in with a straight right behind it. He has a nice left hook to go with it, which is probably his best punch.
Good flurry there by Mendoza. Alvarez windmilling shots at times.
Alvarez is leaping in a lot, Steve. It's not good for him. He's off balance. This is something that Mendoza pointed out to us in our pre-fight meetings. Alvarez jumping around a lot.
Good straight right hand that forces Alvarez back. Mendoza scoring well there. And then digging with the left to the rib. Oh, what a left hook off the temple by Mendoza. But you know what? Alvarez didn't even flinch.
Well, we know he has a good chin, but it's not put there to get hit.
He's got a hard head, too.
All right, break it up. Step back easy. Step back. Don't push. Don't push.
Alvarez measuring him out. They bumped heads. They came together.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
Right forehead
Go in that corner. Get in that
of
corner.
Alvarez.
Let me see your eye. Let me see your
Got
eye. It's accidental. You okay?
Mitch Albert.
Come here, come here, come here.
Accidental.
Watch your head in there. Both of you guys, watch your head. Go.
Looks like there is a little tiny cut there.
And Mendoza looking to take advantage, whacking away at Alvarez's head.
Right, don't punch. Stop. Step back easy.
You know, something I often wonder, Steve, when there are accidental headbutts but no cuts, and the eye swells shut and the fight gets stopped, it should be similar to the cut rule, but it isn't.
And whether it's an accident or not, it screws up a fighter's plans big time.
Oh, yes, it does.
And sometimes raises the level of urgency. Perhaps here in the case of Alvarez, we'll see.
And that can often throw a fighter out of his game plan.
Right, step back. Easy, jump. Step back.
Mendoza doing a nice job of really sticking that jab like a shotgun jab, as you would say. But this doesn't seem to follow it up with the right hand. Here's a good combination to the head by Mendoza.
All right, don't punch. Step back.
On the inside, he's tying Alvarez up very well. And Alvarez is not moving his hands, keeping him running. If he doesn't, he's going to get this fight and throw it out the window.
Good sequence for Mendoza. He's got very fast hands.
Big left hook to the body there by by Alvarez.
Alvarez's punches are harder. Mendoza throwing a lot in volume there in that round, but the punches by Alvarez more effective.
Respirando, Rosendo, respirando.
We'll see it take a good look at the headbutt. Alvarez always coming in lower, and they just slam right into one another. As Mendoza tries to take a hook to the body, they bang heads. From the overhead, we'll take a look. He dips to throw that hook and slams his head right into Alvarez's face. Take one more look at it. There you see it. I think the blow there that he landed was low as well.
Ruled unintentional. They both came in together. Manny Vasquez, our translator.
Finteando, Rosendo.
Keep moving. You're doing good.
Vamos, Rosendo.
Let's go, Rosendo.
Here we go, round 6. More good action and exchanges in the previous round. Referee Mitch Halpern has had an active fight thus far, stepping in several times, taking points away from both fighters for low blows. We've had heads come together as well. A lot of fouling, a lot of roughhouse tactics, mostly by Alvarez in the blue. He's a former 105-pound champion going for his second world title.
Keep him up in there, keep him up.
Mendoza in the yellow is 26-0, undefeated with 23 knockouts. First title fight.
Time!
And now Mendoza is doubled over in some difficulty. He got hit low.
That will be it. The next time it is. You understand me? That'll be it.
Well, you heard it.
You okay?
Plain and simple, very clear.
You okay to go? Right. Next
One
one's
more,
fight. Go!
and it's over. Alvarez will be disqualified.
Well, he's already got those 2 points taken away, which puts him in a big hole.
Break. Get back in there easy.
And he right now has to be very, very nervous about even going to the body, Steve, which has to really mess up his plans.
Big right hand to the head, overhand right there, beautifully done by Rosendo Alvarez. Well, here's Mendoza, very gutty. He stands right in there with the hard-punching Alvarez.
Showing a good chin, nice sharp combinations. Mendoza's impressed me today.
Mitch Halpern, an excellent referee, one of the most solid refs in the country. Really takes charge. Did a great job in that first Tyson Holyfield fight. And his stock really went up.
Watch ahead.
Pace really falling off here quite a bit.
Step back.
Yeah, Alvarez perhaps being a little cautious. He doesn't want to let fly with a low blow or else he's out of here. Halpern will give the showers. Less than a minute remaining, round 6 scheduled for 12. Alvarez with a right-left off the head of Mendoza.
Mendoza looks as if maybe he's taking a little bit of a rest here. Just keeping his hands up, staying close, trying to smother the power shots by Alvarez.
Alvarez swarming. But Mendoza, again, very game. They continue to wail away on the inside, toe-to-toe. Look at these exchanges. A lot of give and take here. These are like rock'em sock'em robots.
Nobody wants to give an inch here, Steve.
Like two bulls going at it. Locking horns. Our interpreter, Manny Vasquez.
Mijo, vino el comisionado y dice que ya van 2 puntos, que si no nos van a descalificar.
You have lost 2 points, 1 more point, we are disqualified.
Okay?
Keep your head up, be careful. At the same time, make sure that
El comisionado es mi amigo, pero vino a advertirme, ¿ok? Lo que va a pasar, ¿ok?
you're looking good. Don't let those 2 points bother you.
Si él te pega abajo, a circo, ¿ok? Vamos a hacer el circo, ¿ok? Si el tipo te pega abajo, bueno, vamos también a hacer como él.
If he hits you low, go low.
Here comes the last of what should be the low blows before DQ. He just swings wild, and although Mendoza pulled his head down, he's got to get those punches up. Alvarez cannot keep throwing him that close to the belt line.
Bobby, we're halfway through this title fight. How do you see it unofficially?
Well, you know, I think the rounds are pretty close to even, but the 2 points I have, Mendoza ahead by 2 points. The 2 points that were deducted, they gave and take a couple of rounds. Mendoza, points are big.
Mendoza starts out quickly here in round 7, throwing a lot. Big right hand missing by Alvarez. He dug into the belly with that left hook, though. Half hook, half uppercut. Online
Step back and
through 6, they've got Alvarez up 4-2.
I have it 3-3, and I have Alvarez down by 2 points because of the 2-point deductions.
Fans at home gave Mendoza rounds 1 and 6. Too many low blows by Alvarez. And Alvarez, who was probably winning the fight on the scorecards here in Las Vegas. We'll get those for you as soon as possible, but you can see the disgust on the face of Alvarez, and look at the emotion displayed by Beibis Mendoza.
You know, you can't flirt with finality that way. I can understand after 1 point going to the body, but not going to the body so regularly and so wildly after you know 2 points have been deducted, an extra warning was slipped in, and the DQ was imminent.
Tears of joy from Beibis Mendoza out of Alvarez, Colombia.
I would venture to guess he's pretty happy, Steve. I never understood anyone crying for joy until I won my first world title. Then I understood it.
Yes, indeed. Really a shame, though, for Alvarez to lose an opportunity for a title in this fashion. But then you see the joy of Beibis Mendoza.
You know, when we were watching it live, it didn't look that bad, but as you look at the replay, that punch is down. That punch is down low. And again, Alvarez needed to pay more attention to where he was placing his punches. We'll take another look at it. He bends, but he doesn't make sure that punch lands up, as down. And that's just sad, Steve. It's sad to see a title lost by foul, but for one gentleman who's in the ring crying right now, evidently he's happy enough. Doesn't matter.
And Halpern gave him enough warning.
Plenty of warnings. Can't fault Mitch Halpern for that. As we took one last look at it, it's just a sad thing.
The second Colombian to win a 108-pound title. The other was Mauricio Pastrana, who beat Michael Carbajal. We'll find out and see who was ahead on the card. Officially here in Las Vegas, the judges Jose Larino of Uruguay, Jerry Roth, Las Vegas, Patricia Jarman Manning of Las Vegas.
He's working out his planning. That's how he won his strategy.
So the vacancy has been filled. At the expense of this man, Rosendo Alvarez, it's 25-year-old Beibis Mendoza of Colombia, South America, remaining undefeated, now 27-0, and his victory comes against former WBA 105-pound champ Rosendo Alvarez.
3 on the way, baby. 3 on the way. Was this the most difficult fight of his career?
Let's get the official call from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 2 seconds in round number 7. Our referee in charge, Mitch Halpern, stops the contest. The winner by way of disqualification due to low blows. And now the WBA light flyweight champion of the world, Beibis Mendoza.
There it is, winner by disqualification, Beibis Mendoza. Now in the company of Ricardo Lopez as champion. Let's go to Jim Gray. Apparently they've lifted the ban on talking to refs here. He's got Mitch Halpern. Jim.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Mitch, why did you decide that those low blows were so bad that you disqualified? All of them looked like basically on the belt line with the exception of the very first one in the second round.
Well, that's probably because you weren't getting hit low, but the bottom line is guys get hit below the belt. I've warned him, took 2 points away, warned him about 5 times, and I saw enough. That was it.
Do you think that they were that damaging of blows? It didn't seem to back him up, or he didn't call for time anytime.
Well, the 2 times that he did slump over and everything, I gave warnings, and I felt there was enough to disqualify. We have rules and regulations here in Nevada, and we follow them, and the fighters have to follow them. He's been warned plenty of times, and they get talked to before the fight, and you have to follow the rules in the ring, period.
Did Rosendo, you think, understand all of the warnings? It seemed to be very clear to all of us, but why couldn't he get the message?
Well, he understood. Unfortunately, sometimes fighters, some things happen in the ring. I don't know, not in his head, so I don't know what's going on. But, he was warned plenty of times, and we did the job we had to do in there.
All right, Mitch, let's take a look at the last one and tell us what you see here.
I just saw a punch below the belt, and after about 5 warnings, it's enough.
Okay, we keep getting the same answer, so I guess that's about it. From Mitch Halpern, we appreciate your time. We take one final look at it. There you stop the fight one last time on this, and once again you get it. Doesn't appear that bad though, Mitch.
Okay, but again, before the fight, I touched the belt line. I said, this is where I'm calling. and the punch goes below that, that's a foul. And a foul gets enforced in the ring. That's it, period. So.
Appreciate your time. Thank you very much. All right, let's go back to Steve.
Thank you, Jim. I think it's a good call by referee Mitch Halpern. The referee saw it that way. I agree. And the judges saw it Mendoza's way. They had Mendoza way ahead.